Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to Prima's webinar series. My name is Mike and in today's session we'll be covering discontinuing products in the back office. We've got all in live chat today, so if you do have any questions during today's session, please don't hesitate to ask away, and as always we'll stick around for a little bit at the end if you want to wait till then. If you're watching this back on our YouTube channel, please contact our customer care team if you need any help. So in today's session I'll be covering how to discontinue a product on its own and then discontinuing products in bulk. This is very useful, especially when it comes to your catalogue import to the end of the month, as items will drop off if suppliers discontinue them. So you want to make sure that your system's as tidy as possible, especially when it comes to showing items on the web, which discontinue a product will manage all of that. So let's switch to my live screen and we can get started. So the first thing we'll cover is discontinuing a product on its own. So to do that, you find your product, you'll know your product, wherever it might be. We want to go into stock and then products. Within here, if we search for our code, I've already got a code in here. We double click into the line and then we use the discontinue button at the very top. And what that should do is change the status of the product from being either limited, whatever it might be, to discontinued like this, and it'll change the code here as well. So it'll show you that it's a discontinued code by putting a prefix of DIS in front of it. What that will do at the same time, it'll remove it from being on the web, so you don't have to worry about it being on the web still as though it's been discontinued. So let's move on to discontinuing products in bulk. So the reason you would discontinue products in bulk is it would take a very long time to run through and discontinue products individually like this. So we can use a grid manager within Prima to discontinue items in bulk. Now the reason that we do this is on your catalogue import, so when you import the next sort of val file, whatever it might be, Prima recognises if an item has been removed from that file. And what we do, we will basically remove the supplier against the stock product. Now, once all suppliers have dropped off that item, you will be able to discontinue it, or you will need to discontinue it as you can't purchase it from anywhere as far as Prima's aware. So, to do that, if we go into stock and then the main grid manager here, we then search on supplier available no and positive PG number. Now, supplier available no because all suppliers have dropped off, so you won't be able to purchase it anywhere, and then positive PG number because that is any item that's within a catalogue. So that's anything that's come from like Fusion or the suppliers directly. It's not your own codes. So if I just hit search on that, I'll return basically any products that need to be discontinued within this database. Obviously within yours there might be more, there might be less, depending how often you've done this. And once we've returned the record to the bottom, we go to the change tab and we want to use the option to update product status to discontinued. Now I'll hit apply, and 9 times out of 10 you'll get an error message when you're doing this, a little bit like this. And the reason for that is you can't discontinue any items when there's stock left of it, or if it's on a live order in the requirements. You can see there's a couple of items here that are in the requirements. So if you want to basically go and find those items, you can go and do the same search within stock and products. So again, stock and products, supplier available no, positive PG number, and then you'll be able to find all the individual items within there. You can go through the first process we went through of discontinuing an item on its own by hitting the discontinue button at the very top, and it'll give you specific reasons to why that item's been discontinued. And it'll just be a case of removing it from an order or waiting until the stock's disappeared. So that's all for today. Thank you for your time, and if you've got any questions, please let us know. And apart from that, we'll see you next week.